Welcome, everybody. Let's take a look at some of the shots we did last week in the Big Beautiful Light class. This is not all the shots. A lot of great stuff was turned in, but this is kind of an overview of what we looked at on the first week. Some of what we did were specific exercises, moving the subject away from the scrim in 4-inch increments to see how light would work. We also moved fill cards in at 4 inches apart, and in overall, I think it was about 80 shots to do all the studies, and all the students did them, and they did them great. This is a very nicely done shot. Notice how the photographer has the light down low. Can you see how low the light is coming across the top of the spread here? Photographer wanted this light to be almost like window light in the early morning, coming straight across, giving a dramatic shadow over here. Then you can see right here, we get a little bit of pickup. Right here, notice the shadows are open. Well, that's because of the fill card. Photographer took a large shower curtain and moved the light very close to a little bit back behind it and very close to the shower curtain, the scrim, so that it would get a very hard light right here. Now, we're not seeing that hard beam of light here because everything here is diffused. If this was shiny, we would see it, but that's a very nice concentration of light right in here, and that's what photographer wanted. Okay. Fill card is then put at the position where photographer had found that that's where they wanted it to be. This is Christine Larson, by the way. This is Christine Larson's photographs. Christine brought that light in close, made it a bit of a hard light, see how the shadows get a bit hard right here, and then filled them in with that nice poster board fill card. Here's another one by Christine. No, I'm sorry, this is Inga Harris. Inga has this beautifully designed and styled the oranges against this sort of bluish material on the paddle board here, or the type of board it is, serving board. It's kind of cool. All the chocolate, the cinnamon, these warm colors against this semi-cool background. And Inga decided to use a big light called the window. So she spread her scrim material over the window, place this scrim on top. This is not doing anything to the photograph. It is simply blocking off the ambient light from the top. Of course, it was removed when she was shooting, since she was shooting straight down. Let's look at it again. Isn't that beautiful? Notice the highlight is kind of bright right there, but notice how it falls off so nicely. And then notice the highlight from the fill card here and here and here. That fill card's really doing a terrific job, and that's what it looks like. These are great. You can get them at I just saw one today at Walgreens, so you can get them almost anywhere. Luciana did this with the bread, also wanted the feeling of that sunlight coming in. She used a different method. Notice how the light is bright here, falls off dark over here. This is the inverse square law. You're looking at the inverse square law right there. It falls off faster the closer you are to the light, and she is very close to the light. This is the this is the main source, but this is the light source for the bread. And the inverse square law, while it doesn't work perfectly on a scrim or a softbox, it works pretty well. You can certainly see how it goes out, and you can measure that and hold those measurements. Some of the students put down just taped tape measures right along here, and then they could take a reading here, take a reading here, and know that if whatever they put out here at that reading would stay the same as long as this light was the same distance from the scrim. Now, in this particular case, Luciana used a panel light diffused about 2 feet behind the scrim, which creates, as you can see, the whole scrim is lit up. There isn't that hot spot that we found up on Christina's. She's filling the whole back of the scrim. Turned out pretty nice. Luciana also shot these The light is coming, as you can see, from the top left, coming across beautifully. Notice it's brighter up here and falling off as we get farther away from the light source, which is the same panel, same scrim, but she moved the panel far to the camera left of the scrim, so the light has a feeling of coming from the left, even though she hasn't touched the scrim. Where you put your light behind the scrim, you can create more of a feeling of direction. That's totally up to you. I wanted to show you this one of Luciana. You saw the bread before, but in this case, you see the black, the dark back here? You notice how beautiful the bread looks when the bread is lit up against the dark? That sense of dimension? Well, that's because Luciana used a black card to throw the shadow. She's got it right in front of the scrim to throw the shadow back behind the bread. Turned out very nice. It doesn't obfuscate the light on the bread at all. It just darkens the area behind it. Very clever. This is Robert Wheeler's almost painterly still life of peppers and onions and tomatoes. Look how beautiful. We got detail in the garlic. We've got beautiful soft highlight here. Look at the highlight running up down the pepper here. And we've got a nice highlight to this side. Do you see it? Now he's got a soft fill card over here. You can see the fill card there. You can see it there. He's got a fill card on this side. You won't see it in the next shot, but you will see how he lit it, which is putting a softbox, a 2x3 softbox, behind the shower curtain scrim. Looks like it's about 2 feet back, and then the subject is about 18 to 2 feet from the scrim, and you get this big, soft, beautiful, painterly light. It's just gorgeous. One more from Robert. Look at this great light on this. It's just perfect. You can see all the way through. We got light all the way through this piece of gourmet bread here. Got the lovely highlight on the dish. We've got light falling off here, so our surface is gradient, and that's nice. And that's how we did it. He's got the shower curtain liner scrim. He's got a softbox behind it. He's flagged off some of the scrim, put a black flag on this side. You can see the negative fill here. The bread's rolling over and reflecting black. The bread's rolling over and reflecting black here. And a black card on the back. Nicely done. Let's take a look back through them, shall we? We've got this beautiful bread shot. Very painterly vegetables. This bread with the shadow behind because of the flag. Lovely light from the back. I love light from the back. Original bread right up next to the light. Look how close it is. It's probably 10 inches from the light. It just gets a really amazing look to it. Window, just a simple window with some diffusion material over it. And that is stunning light. And of course, the bread up at the top. So that's just a few of the shots that we did this week. And I hope that helps you as you're on your adventure to learn to light. Try to do everything in the camera if it's possible. And thanks for coming along.